Bhagat Singh needs no introduction. We have all grown up to stories of his sacrifice and contribution to India's struggle for freedom. But yet, every now and then, whether it is through a film or a song, art has managed to present a fact less known about him, or highlight what we already knew. Daniel Connell too has managed to lace his art with Bhagat Singh's legacy by depicting him on his canvas.
Well, I've always had a soft spot for freedom fighters and for historical figures, as we all do, I suppose. And I've always been very interested in that. When I saw the film Gandhi, that point where I saw the Jallianwala Bagh massacre on that film changed my life. It made me suddenly realise that there was wrong and there was right. There was justice and injustice in the world.
It was a chance meeting that led to this painting. A visit to the framer in Chandigarh and Connell's inability to understand Punjabi enabled him to paint who is regarded as one of the greatest Punjabis that walked the land.
I was there in Chandigarh. The picture framer was speaking Punjabi. I didn't speak enough Punjabi to be able to get my message across. So I asked the person who was standing next to me in the shop if he could help. He helped with the translation. We walked out of the shop. He happened to be Karan Sandhu, so that was the opportunity. It's funny how opportunities present themselves just in the most coincidental manner.
While many artists have painted Bhagat Singh before this, recent years have seen art's interest in the legend die down. Connell had to rely on 2 out of Bhagat Singh's 4 known photos.
The image I used to make Bhagat Singh is a blending of 2 images. There's no image of Bhagat Singh as an adult wearing a turban. There's only the image of Bhagat Singh as a grown man in the hat, and the one that was secretly taken of him in the prison where he doesn't have a turban on. I wanted to use the face that is well known to draw attention to the vulnerability and the humanity of Bhagat Singh. He has become an icon of Indian independence, but before that he was a human being and he was vulnerable and he had the same fears and the same softness as we all do. I felt that many of the other images that you see of Bhagat Singh around had become hardened like a superhero, and that's not my style. I want to draw attention to the humanity of the people, because I think it's only through the humanity that we're changed, that we're connected, and that things change in the world.
Connell's Irish ancestry helped him understand the context of Bhagat Singh's importance and the significance of his sacrifice.
Yeah, so an Irish person painting Bhagat Singh, an Indian independence fighter, sounds like a bit of a contradiction, but I'm really happy to bring these 2 things together, because there was actually a link between Bhagat Singh and Ireland. Bhagat Singh's uncle went to Ireland and was supported by the Irish freedom fighters there. Ireland was the first place that the English ever invaded 800 years ago, and Ireland was the first colony, and my ancestors came to Australia because of the British occupation of Ireland. My name is Daniel Connell, and another Irish freedom fighter is also called Daniel O'Connell. I'm very, very pleased to have that link, and I'm very, very pleased to make that link there. I often think of the Punjabis as the Irish of India, or maybe the Irish are the Punjabis of Europe, one of the 2, but we have a lot in common. We were both colonised by the British, we both fought back and we both gained our independence. We both have a sense of humour and are able to tell jokes against ourselves. We both have become, unfortunately, the butts of jokes of other people, but we've borne it with pride.
Connell believes it was the coming together of various things like the model and the colours in the painting that helped the end product garner the popularity it has.
I wanted to use his writing and to show that as well. So I've used the red behind and then covered it with turquoise and then scratched back his writing in there. I wanted writing to be a solid element of it. Also the direct gaze, just like in the photograph, so that direct gaze communicates to the people who look at the painting and they feel like they're having a relationship with Bhagat Singh and feel like they can have a little conversation, a little quiet moment and a little time of reflection. The composition of the painting uses red because I wanted to not forget that Bhagat Singh was a very committed Marxist and socialist. Through painting the picture, I read his writings and I realised that first and foremost he was an intellectual. He was a really smart fellow. He wrote beautifully in English, and he wrote amazing things about equality and about social justice. He was involving himself in a worldwide movement for the dignified treatment of people and for the equality of people. That's why he's a significant person for the whole world.
Daniel Connell also told us about his trip to Canada last year, where he was invited by a law firm to exhibit his paintings at a Vaisakhi festival in Vancouver. This particular painting was greatly appreciated at this exhibition, and now a print of the work has found a place in Shaheed Bhagat Singh's sister's house in Toronto.
Yeah, the print behind me was made in Canada. It's a really interesting story. Last April I was really lucky to be invited by Kang & Company to go and exhibit in Vancouver in Surrey for the Vaisakhi festival. It was absolutely fantastic. While we were there, one of the things that we did was make a print of the Bhagat Singh painting. One of the interesting things is that one of the prints made its way to Bhagat Singh's actual living sister, who's living in Toronto. And when she was asked what she thinks about the image, she said, it's a kind face and it looks like him. Bhagat Singh was a kind man.
Abhitej Singh Sandhu, Bhagat Singh's great-grandnephew, is happy that a foreign artist with no prior knowledge of Bhagat Singh decided to put his art to work and painted a very accurate portrait of his great-granduncle.
बिल्कुल बहुत बड़ी गल है जी. आई थिंक इट्स अ ह्यूज थिंग दैट अ फॉरेन नैशनलिस्ट आए, उन्होंने शहीद आजम बारे थोड़े जानू होए, ही वांटेड टू नो मोर, तो उन्होंने एक पेंटिंग भी बनाई. तो मैनू लगता है साडे नौजवान पीढ़ी जी खास तौर पर अज की डेट के हैगी है, बहुत इतिहास तो दूर होंदी जा रही है. तो ये गल सानू समझनी पैनी है सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ कि ਜਿਹੜੀ समाज ਜਿਹੜਾ है, जी नौजवान पीढ़ी इतिहास तो दूर हो जाए ਜਾਂ इतिहास ਨੂੰ भुल जाए, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਰਚਣ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਵੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ. ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨੌਜਵਾਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ. ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰਲੇ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਰਿਚ ਹੈਰੀਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਰਿਚ ਕਲਚਰ ਹੈਗਾ, ਸਾਡੀ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਅਪਰੀਸ਼ੀਏਟਿੰਗ ਇਟ ਮੋਰ ਦੈਨ ਆਵਰ ਓਨ ਪੀਪਲ.
Abhitej believes that Bhagat Singh was not a violent man, but used his violence as merely a tool. The youth today needs to realize this and stop idealizing him as a violent crusader, but rather remember him as a revolutionary with a multifaceted personality.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਕੂਨ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਮੇਜ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹ ਅਕਸਰ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਬੰਬ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਸਟਲ ਵਾਲੀ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ, ਕੋਈ ਬੰਬ ਵਾਲੀ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ, ਤੇ ਇਟਸ ਅ ਲਿਟਲ ਵਾਇਲੈਂਟ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਆਫ ਇਮੇਜ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰੀਸੈਂਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. ਪਰ ਇਹ ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਇਸ ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਆਈ ਲਾਈਕ ਦ ਬੈਕਡ੍ਰੌਪ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਆਜ਼ਮ ਦੀ ਥਿੰਕਰ ਵਾਲੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਇਮੇਜ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਐਸਪੈਕਟ ਹੈਗਾ, ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ. ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਇਟਸ ਅ ਵੈਰੀ ਨਾਈਸ ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਇਟਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਕਲੋਜ਼ ਟੂ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ.
Malvinderjeet Singh Varech is a well-known historian and has extensively researched Bhagat Singh. Here he gives us a brief history of Bhagat Singh's turbaned image that Connell used as a marker for the painting.
ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹਦੀ ਡੇਟ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਇਹ 1922 ਚ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ, ਕਿ 1923 ਜਾਂ 22-23 ਚ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ 23 ਸਤੰਬਰ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਭਗਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਕਾਲਜ ਛੱਡ ਗਏ ਸੀ, ਤੇ ਇਹ ਥੋੜੀ ਮੈਚਿਓਰ ਏਜ ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ 22 ਜਾਂ 23 ਚ ਕੋਈ ਡੇਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ. ਇੱਕ ਡਰਾਮਾ ਖੇਡਿਆ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੇ, ਭਾਰਤ ਕੀ ਦੁਰਦਸ਼ਾ, ਇਹ ਉਸ ਡਰਾਮੇ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਉਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਪਾਰਟੀਸਪੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਸਟਾਫ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਗਰੁੱਪ ਫੋਟੋ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ ਇਹ ਫੋਟੋ ਲਈ ਗਈ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ. ਤੇ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਇਹ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਹੀ 1907 ਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਰਥ ਹੈਗਾ, 16-17 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਸਟ ਅਜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਦਾੜੀ ਫੁੱਟ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਦੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਹੈ.
Varech believes that given Connell's Irish background, it is no surprise that he decided to paint Bhagat Singh, and in the process was able to capture what perhaps even he couldn't after all these years of his research.
मैं ये कहांगा कि जो मैं इन्ने साल ला के जाने उन्हें वेंदे ही जांच लिया, क्योंकि ओदी ओदे नाल एक सांझ है. और मेरा विचार हैगा, मैं बहुत सारे इनकलाबियन नेड़े को देखा, बेसिकली वो आप सारे आर्टिस्ट सन, वो जिंदगी नू खूबसूरत वेखना चाहते सन, तो कलाकार ने कलाकार नू पछाणिया और ओदा एकदम ने मुल पा लिया. जिहड़ा मेरा इन्ने साल मैं कलाकार नहीं हाँ, मैं जिहड़ा इन्ने साल नहीं पहचान सकिया, उन्हें वेंदे पहचान. जो लव एट फस्ट साइट वाली गल सुन लो, तुहाडी रूह नाल रूह मिल जाती है. आई थिंक इदों बैटर मैं एक्सप्लेनेशन होर कोई नहीं दे सकता.
Abhitej, in his message to the painter, quotes the very lines used by Connell in the painting. Abhitej believes it is the larger message of Bhagat Singh that needs attention and not isolated incidents of bravery that usually find mention.
वो लिखते हैं कि द एम ऑफ लाइफ इज नॉट टू कंट्रोल द माइंड बट टू डेवलप इट हार्मोनियसली and not to attain salvation hereafter but to make the best use of it here below. That means ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼-ਰੋਜ਼ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ you can never have enough knowledge and the point is that ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਜੰਨਤ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ nobody seen heaven or hell but the best service that is there is ਜੋ human service ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰੋ.
82 years ago, a young lad, Bhagat Singh, attained martyrdom to emerge as an icon of the youth. Yet, it required a foreigner, an Australian, Daniel Connell, to portray him on canvas for posterity. With camera person Aman Gupta, Tanveer Sandhu, Day and Night News, Chandigarh.
खबरों की दुनिया में आइए, हमारे साथ कहीं भी और कभी भी जुड़िए। हम मिलेंगे फेसबुक पर, हम दिखेंगे यूट्यूब पर, हमें फॉलो कीजिए ट्विटर पर। खबरों के साथ बने रहिए रात दिन।